what is a good one to talk about? What haven't we talked about? Oh, we can talk about foreign affairs. I mean, that's kind of dicey, though.
China. Hey, how's it going?
Thank you.
Can you help us fill out our award? You know about ACT? David Seymour?
I'm alright, thank you.
Alrighty, have a good day.
You too.
G'day guys, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? You want to help fill up our board?
I'm not. Are you not in support?
All good. Hey guys, how you going? Would you like to help us fill out a sticker board? So ACT is a classical liberal party, small government, free speech, low taxes. We think that every person should have the same democratic rights. It's extremely dangerous when you start going down the path of, which race gets more rights over others. You're welcome to sign up, no obligations. We're having a drinks event on Friday at 6 p.m. at Headquarters Bar. You're welcome to come along. It'll be good to see you there. Yeah, good seeing you.
You gonna sign it?
Hey?
You gonna sign it?
No. Well, this is where I consider I've grown up. Whāngarei had basically been my home for most of my life. I feel pretty closely connected to it. My parents were both Labour voters, and just by osmosis, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I'm a Labour voter, and screw ACT, those, all the words under the sun Labour voters like to call us. It was about towards the end of high school. I was like, I wonder how bad these people really are. And so I went on their website and I looked up their policies. I'm like, whoa. These actually make a lot of sense. And so ever sort of since then, I was like, okay, maybe they're onto something.
The first, 8 years of Oliver's life, we were 7 or 8 years of Oliver's life. We were in Auckland and we moved up here 2008 to the coast. Yeah. But I grew up here. So I grew up in Hikurangi, and my mum grew up in Hikurangi, and her dad was a coal miner there. A long time ago. Yeah. I've gone left, I've gone right. Now, as I get older, I think I'm more predominantly left, pragmatic left, I think.
It's quite interesting that there is that idea that ACT and Labour are sort of diametrically opposed, because people forget that ACT came out of Labour. There's nothing that necessarily makes ACT right-wing. We tend to focus on the other axis of authoritarian and libertarian. The smaller the government, the bigger the citizens, kind of thing.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. Well, it's a good soundbite, isn't it? You get it off David, did you?
If we're trying to help our communities most vulnerable, then we should be looking at who are vulnerable, regardless of race. If they are Māori and vulnerable because of a pre-existing health condition or whatever, it shouldn't matter if they're Māori or white or Asian or whatever. If they're vulnerable, they should get help.
When you look at the numbers of health outcomes, education outcomes, employment outcomes, Māori are definitely on the losing side. Yeah. And they need some sort of effort to even up the numbers. And when they even up the numbers, it means that we're all even field. At the moment, we're not an even field. And I think ACT policies not really addressing that issue. Yeah.
Well, I can give at least one example of where you're wrong.
I bet you can, yes. Well, the trouble is, Oliver's had a year now of total submersion in political theory. He's very good at it. It's like an Amway guide. They got all the answers because they've done all the study. They know all the numbers, and all the examples, but having to prove you wrong. And I'm just a sparky. Yeah. I work on feelings, and I just think ACT is all about me. It's a party of me, as far as I'm concerned.
So asked nicely if I could borrow the ute. I put $50 gas in it, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well done.
What a great son I am.
Great son. I didn't have to ask. Perfect. Finally. Yes, that's my support for Oliver. Yes, not ACT, for Oliver. Yes.
Sweet. Well, first of all, I wouldn't say ACT is a necessarily libertarian organisation. What I've been raised with by my Labour parents is the values of hard work and having a bit of responsibility for yourself. I think they accidentally created the perfect ACT voter. Yeah, David. Good to go? Yeah. I drove the MR2 up here and picked up Dad's ute, so I can fit everyone now.
Welcome, Mr. Seymour. G'day, how are you? Yes, very well. How you doing?
Love your work.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
Oh, thanks.
See you later. Guys, take care.
Good to get that on camera. Great content. G'day, how's it going?
Good, yeah.
Just fill in from the very front if possible, please. Cheers, thank you.
The thing that is missing is fundamentally about values. And if I was to sum it up, it's the simple value, number one, universal humanity. The idea that our humanity is what binds us together and is more important than any other superficial characteristic. What the old left used to believe. And I know people say, oh, but what if I take the vote off national? Great. I mean, they weren't doing much with it. And in all seriousness, if you get more ACT MPs, then you're still adding to the right. You're going in the same pot, but it's just a stronger brew. And it's about real change, not just change. So that's why we ask for your party vote.
Definitely a lot of people who criticise ACT don't even want to find out what they're criticising. If they came along to an event, they might actually consider joining us. If you're stuck in an echo chamber with friends or family, then you've got a chance to break out.
Today we are really pleased to announce our party list. And I'm very pleased to say that number one on our list is our party leader and MP for Epsom, David Seymour. Please join me in welcoming David to the stage.
Thank you very much, Henry, and I am truly proud to be leading ACT, New Zealand's fastest growing political movement.
Being such a young party as a whole, we're only just starting to see some of the members whose parents are supporters. You have a lot of, for example, young Nats, young Labour, who are there because that's what their parents support. So we're only just starting to see people whose parents were day one ACT supporters and are now coming through university and joining up.
There are a further 35 candidates in total. There are a few more that I'd like to mention. Our absolute star from the office, Ollie Murphy. Ollie comes in at number 28. However, as I pointed out to Ollie, the first time I stood, I was number 37, so he's already well ahead of the game. So just imagine, in just a few years, you too could have a life like mine. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you and congratulations to my new team.
So you're going to go up there, you're going to look very presidential, and I'm going to give you some easy questions, and then I'm going to give you some hard questions, maybe a few curveballs, and we'll see how it goes. Now let's go. Sweet. Just imagine I'm Toby Manhire, okay? I'm here to ask you the tough ones, okay?
All right.
Okay, let's do like a fucking cost of living one. I love a cost of living one. What does ACT say about the cost of living crisis, and why should people pick you to solve this crisis?
Cost of living absolutely is the number one issue on voters' minds. You have people who are in what is considered the wealthiest neighbourhoods who are actually having to cut costs and go without.
Don't say that.
Don't say that?
That's a bad line.
I heard David use it. Slightly more personal one of
Yeah, to each their own. You use it then. I wouldn't use that one.
Yeah, okay.
Could you tell us why young people should consider giving their party vote to ACT this election?
Young people are facing... Oh, no. I've spoken to a lot of young people. I've spoken to a lot of students on campus, And the truth is they're doing it hard. You're studying to hopefully get a really good degree to help yourself in a career. But the reality is that our economy is falling behind. It's falling behind the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I think I'm going over time now.
You went over time. You need
so
to.
We'll still chop
That's
it down.
good.
We'll chop it down.
I think that there's some bridging.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you want to make it sound like very like polished but organic and genuine, you know. And I think you're there. You know, sometimes a couple of phrases, but you know. I think that personal relationships do definitely suffer when you're involved with the ACT Party and stuff, and I've like sort of recognised that. I think that's something that the older people in the party don't really understand. I think it's like a young person specific thing that happens in the party.
Yeah, I think I've kind of like hammered out what my actual reason is now. It's like going out in the pouring rain and clearing your gutter. No one like wants to do it, but it has to be done in the sense of it's a grueling job. Like you're putting yourselves in front of the media, you know, you're losing your privacy, and I'm more than happy to sort of make those sacrifices.
I think you'll be a great candidate.
You might not believe me, but I've never wanted to be in politics. But with the direction the country was going in, I felt like I had to.